So, hello everyone, welcome to Crossover Catch-Up. Today we're talking about a few things, including the newest Death Battle, and we are joined today by Gumball Viking, Hyper Starman, David the Hero, and that's it. That's everyone in this video, just them and me.
Every single one.
Say hello.
Thank goodness you caught yourself at the end there. That would have been really weird if we uploaded it to your channel and weren't here.
I wasn't there yet.
Anyone else?
Yeah, could you imagine if there was a fifth person? That'd be wild.
That's ludicrous.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. So anyway, we're gonna start as always with Death Battle, the only versus show that matters.
Yes.
If you are a guy who,
someone literally accused me, or accused us of only ever talking about death, and like saying it's really weird. Why do we only ever talk about Death Battle for long periods of time? And it's like, because that's the only thing that we all guaranteed to have watched. And the other thing is that,
so like,
you know, there is a yeah, that's an argument.
So after a lot of demand, we have finally watched the ever popular Kratos versus Asura, and I have to say that next time trailer for Ghost Rider versus Spawn was really hype. So
I'm gonna be honest. I think Ghost Rider versus Spawn is a perfect premiere for this year. It is genuinely a pretty damn good episode.
Yeah.
And then it got age restricted.
It did.
And then it got unage restricted.
And then it got re-age restricted.
It's okay.
It got re-age. It did.
Well, no, it didn't. No, it's fine now. It's just it just took a while for it to work, but it's finally now actually on an age restricted now. It got that thing got removed, so now people can actually see it in their feed.
YouTube's bloody daft because I will fire out rapid fire more swear words than that episode has in its entirety, but I'll get away with it. But this one won't.
Big fan.
Except for that one time you didn't.
Except for that one time I didn't, because I said it in like the first 30 seconds. Or because I said the dreaded C word, which apparently Australians aren't allowed to say anymore on the internet because stupid.
Yeah, no, you're not. You see, like, you're Australian, but now you're American because you're posting stuff on the internet, and that's the only country that exists.
Yeah.
Big fan of Welcome to Hell jump cut to immediate explosion.
Jump cuts to sand.
Welcome to hell. That's literally that's the direct soundbite.
For that.
Yeah.
100 taken a censor beat for that instead of just like the awkward cut, but I get that's kind of how YouTube.
I think the awkward cut is it's funny. Like I think some people over exaggerate. I know there are some people like, oh, it kills the pacing.
So
maybe I don't think it's that bad. I think it's fine. It's just kind of funny.
Oh yeah, a little bit of a life hack. So apparently downloading the video removes the cut. I'm not sure how YouTube works, but it seems like that's how it works.
How?
Yeah,
really?
I've heard that. Well, it's because the cut is on YouTube's end.
Oh yeah,
you go
because
into YouTube editor and then you cut it that way. So if you download it, you get like the unedited version because the edit is done on YouTube, I think, basically.
So does that mean there's possibly like a plugin you can download to like bypass that, or is it just?
Maybe I'm not sure.
I have a better life hack for you.
You could watch, like,
If you're thinking of becoming a YouTuber, don't. That's my life hack.
Alright, but anyway, this episode, so Johnny's analysis started to open up like it was just the same one, but then we got some fun trivia to mix some things up, and then it was basically completely unique from there. This is, thank goodness they didn't copy and paste the exact same analysis for last time, because you ever imagined them doing that? Surely
We got a Death Rider mention. They mentioned my goat Death Rider.
I don't know who that is.
That's Danny Ketch.
Bro,
Let me guess. You don't know the You do not know the alter egos of the two other Ghost Riders they mentioned, do you?
No.
The other one's Robbie Reyes, right?
No.
I know Robbie.
It's Guardian Phantasma. They mentioned Alejandra Jones.
They didn't name.
Is that the one?
They didn't name drop Robbie, by the way.
Yeah. Well, because Robbie's not that important to Johnny's story. Let's be honest. At least the parts they were talking about.
Is Danny the one that people want Kamen Rider Ghost to fight?
No, that would be Robbie. I'm pretty sure.
I'm sorry. There's a Kamen Rider character called Kamen
Kamen
Rider Ghost.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And he's basically, he looks just like Ghost Rider to me.
What?
Look out,
No, he
it's
does
Rider
not.
Ghost.
Hold on, what do you mean he looks
He's on a
just like
bicycle
Ghost
and
Rider
he's
to you?
orange. Well, not just like.
Is he
him, he's
stupid?
got, like,
Hold on. Is he stupid?
I'm looking this guy up.
I'll post a
you
bloody
saying
gif
that
in the
for
server. He does not look like a
That
Ghost
does
Rider.
not look like Ghost Rider. What are you talking about? That does not look like Ghost Rider.
That's.
Are you saying? Are you
know
saying?
what? He's orange.
Are you saying?
And he
Spitting
rides-
image joke.
Ghost Riders are white.
Are you saying?
They're bone colored.
I might. I listen. Listen.
That is
come
both.
on,
That gif is both base
Ghost
and
Riders.
energized Ghost. By the way, his show is not my favorite. I'll put it. I was gonna say.
Anyway,
Currently, it's looking a lot better right now because I've just finished Hibiki. And that show dropped off from like an 8 out of 10 to like a 2 out of 10. So, Ghost is looking a lot better right now. That's neither here nor
so
there.
anyway, Spawn's analysis.
You guys just talking over
Wow.
Alejandra Jones? Like, come on. Do you guys just not like her?
She's not Spawn, I'm afraid.
She's Guardian Fantasma. She's Latina Heat. That's an Eddie
But is
Guerrero
she Spawn?
reference. Wrestle.
But is she Spawn?
No,
So
she's
mean-
Latina.
Alright, so we're gonna talk about.
I mean, everyone's Spawn when you think about it.
True.
I did Spawn once. It was kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I Spawn?
No.
No,
I don't know, David. Are you?
I don't know.
no.
I think I'm a
What is it
ghost
like?
spawn guy.
I'm glad they name dropped Redeemer in the episode, but I was annoyed because they went with the name Anti-Spawn, which I think sounds less cool.
Anyway,
Shut up.
today I learned that Spawn is actually kind of a loser, and that makes me like him way more.
The part in the rundown where they're like, "Yeah, he's a dumbass."
Yeah, I love that bit. Because, like, the whole rundown gives off major, like, creator's pet energy until that point where they go, by the way, this guy's fucking stupid. This guy's a dumbass. This guy might be the dumbest motherfucker to ever appear on Death Battle.
It was my first time seeing that like comic scene, and it made me think of like those edits of like A New Hope, where you have like Luke Skywalker picking up the lightsaber and like looking into it, and he just stabs himself in the face.
Literally.
That's what it reminded me of. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm finding out that Spawn is a bit of a loser made me like him a lot more.
I think the funniest thing. I mean, for one thing, I think it's funny they didn't mention the 5D Spawn thing, and like I called that because, as I said, that's not in a Spawn comic, and I was the guy who found that out. But also, the funniest thing has been like experiencing some of my friends reading Spawn and going, you know what, this comic's actually really arse. Spawn's great,
Yeah,
but his
no,
comics suck. That's been great. That's been amazing.
Spawn,
No,
Spawn's
just-
comics and his movie sucks. His best media to consume is just the cartoon.
MK11
Bro, no, I need to.
is
I
among
need
his
to
best
talk
media
about this. I need to
appearances, and
talk
that's
about this,
ridiculous to me.
Friend on the wiki server, who's actually taking a break from the wiki server, was talking about reading the Spawn comics and voice chats, and he was reading them live. And he's like, "Todd McFarlane, please, Todd, please, 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 I'm killing myself. I'm killing myself. I'm killing myself." It's so funny to hear other people read it, and then they're gonna be like, "I'm dropping it. I'm rooting for Ghost Rider, please."
Yeah, I did see that quite a bit, was people just dropping Spawn comics and then rooting Ghost Rider because they just didn't, because like as cool as Spawn himself is, his comics aren't good apparently. I want to point out I read the original Bucky O'Hare run recently, and I thought that would be a Spawn situation, or at least Spawn's what I thought Bucky would be, where I'd read the comics and go, these aren't really great, I see why nobody remembers them, but like, no, they're fine. Bucky's a cool guy. People need to give more respect to Bucky.
Did you ever finish reading it, or could you not find the
I could not
domain that
find
had
them.
the rest of the comics?
I found the omnibus
Okay,
of all the comics for $200. For that money, I could
Out of
instead just get
context-
all of Usagi Yojimbo and read all that if I want cool rabbit adventures, because he's my goat.
Out of
Usopp,
context. Out
I
of
really
context,
want to
the-
read Usagi.
out of context, the sentence "I was expecting Bucky O'Hare to be like Spawn" is wild.
I was there is a character who does feel kind of spawn coded. Is this little mouse guy who happens to be like a deity who warped all of like you can warp all space time with like a thought, like a knockoff Q.
I could just,
And there's this whole bit where he's like, we thought we were gods until we met some that were stronger than us, and they sold us all the secrets of the universe for the price of a handshake. And then Bucky's like, wow, really? How'd that go? They lied.
but like Bucky O'Hare's Spawn sounds really funny. He's just like, I should like these contrived rabbits insane.
I don't know if it's out
Oh,
yet, but for that's a
it's a
little
new-
like
something's
death
coming.
battle losers poster that I make no promises to finish. I did draw Ghost Rider in the righteous indignation.
I'm just fucking thinking to myself of like, Ghost Rider Bucky is just like, you're a toad. There's hell to pay. I'm just trying to hold out on this house. I'll feed my family of 4. You're a toad.
He is the righteous vengeance, as I've called it.
So is it as racist as it sounds?
What?
What?
What do you mean? What?
Like,
I was just trying to share
Well,
the
like,
righteous
yeah.
vengeance here, and you're like, is it racist? No, it's a ship with a skull for a front.
no, I'm talking about
Jesus, man.
Bucky's conquest against the Toads.
No,
That's how
the
they
way
do
they
it.
explain
He's
it,
just fucking racist.
is the Toads were basically like the Ferengi from Star Trek, which I'm sure means nothing to any of you because none of you are cultured. And then
Actually, I have a good plethora of Star Trek books. I even have a Leonard Nimoy documentary. And
you know, owning a lot of
Klingon
books.
dictionary.
Owning a lot of books doesn't mean anything when you never read more than a sentence from each. So what happens is they create this like supercomputer called Complex, which then takes over the Toads and like selectively breeds them into like the ultimate warriors to conquer the galaxy. So the Toads are like genetically engineered killing machines. They're not natural anymore. They've been forced by this computer into being literally built for war. And they are conquering every other species in the known universe. Well, galaxy, it's a bit wishy-washy as to whether Bucky exists in a separate universe or in a different part of the galaxy. But that's how it's explained. So the whole like fuck those Toads is not it's not necessarily a race thing. It's more like just because literally they've been genetically built to kill everyone.
They're built different.
God.
It's a weird comic, but like I guess you're gonna get that when, I mean, just based on the concept. I totally understand why they got an Australian to voice Deadeye Duck in the cartoon now, though. I absolutely understand.
So does this mean that them killing in Slippy out of nowhere was in character or not?
No, it's not in character because they would notice that not only does he not fit the schematics, I guess you could say, they don't fit the profile. He doesn't fit the profile for a Toad in their sense. But also the fact that he's literally surrounded by these other guys, they would contact them and say, "What's going on here?"
Right. So
Ghost Rider versus Spawn.
Yeah.
no, back up a bit. So
Pellets in the air.
you're saying that they would racially profile Slippy and be like, "Don't worry, you're not a real one," and then fly off.
Yeah, you're not one of
No.
the bad ones.
No, they would exact opposite. They would say basically, "You're an actual Toad. You're like an actual Toad. You were a genetically engineered killing machine."
I mean,
'Cause-
they cut off our legs.
Well, that's only a theory.
Game theory.
I'm glad someone picked up the slack there.
Very.
Thanks, mystery guest who's not in this video.
Man,
I am a
This is-
dark-bodied voice.
this
I
is
just-
this is
Hearing
this
something.
is this is
Thank-
almost as funny as misogynistic Rayman.
Yeah, just
Favorite.
okay.
Okay, but can misogynistic Rayman beat homophobic Ruby Rose?
Stop.
I mean, like, only one of these things could be like an active motivation in the fight itself because Rayman's not gay.
That's a good point. I mean, is he though?
How do you know? Did you him?
No,
Yeah, I was gonna say, how do you know?
because I've seen Captain Laserhawk. I've seen what he eats sushi off of.
Maybe he's bi.
Maybe he's bi.
Well, that's
Maybe
still
even
half-
pan.
that's half of a motivation versus a full motivation.
I don't think that's how that works.
No, that's not how that works, man.
Trust me,
Because Yang is
trust me, I
bi.
do math.
She had a go at both Yang and Blake. Yang is bi. She very much shows like physical attraction to blokes in Volume 1, and obviously Blake. So
Blakes and blokes.
yeah, Blake's and
You
blokes.
can
That's how
provide
she
one.
goes.
Alright, so you can provide the links to this, but you've never seen an episode of SpongeBob. # noticing.
I am a big fan of Ruby. You fucking mongrel.
Okay, hang on. So you're saying Nem was making fun of us for not knowing Star Trek, but he hasn't seen a single SpongeBob episode?
It's not really a thing down here.
Get ready to. Say
I think
goodbye to whatever
I've
topic we
said
were actually talking
I've said
about.
before. Death Battle should invite me on Death Battle Cast because whenever they on Ballot Banter, because whenever they get a matchup, if I don't know the characters, it's either going to be a super popular series that they will know, or nobody else is going to know the characters, so who cares?
All right, so are you equipped to handle talking about like 5 different My Little Pony OCs?
Yeah, sure.
Maybe.
Why not? I'll do it. I have look. I've seen My Little Pony more than most people because I've watched a lot of Gen 1 as well and the Gen 3 movies. Not much Gen 5 though. I really didn't like that much.
No one seems to like.
No, I say that, but I do like the movie. Like I do like the introductory movie, even if I think that it has no reason to be a sequel to G4 because why?
Yeah.
Isn't
I think most of my
G5
issues.
already over?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most of my issues with G5 are just it retroactively making G4 worse.
The way that the G5 opens with, that great ending to G4? Fuck you. That's how it opens.
Bro.
That's how they open
Bro,
Generation
yeah.
5.
Yeah. And they do
You
like
ever-
multiple things like this as well. There's like, oh yeah, everyone's dead by the way. There's like an entire run in the comic that's just Discord falling into crippling depression because
No, I was
Fluttershy
gonna-
is dead.
No, I was going to say something. Hyper, before we move on, do you ever think about how that comic makes Discord versus Star Butterfly thematic? Because they're like, we got to kill magic.
Alright, Hyper, what do you want to say?
I was looking back on some old messages and stuff, and then I saw like this one mega post about like, Spawn's kill on Ghost Rider reminds me a lot of Cole's, and I'm like, yeah, it is. It's funny.
Oh hey, it is.
I like
isn't it?
that. Also,
He,
and then
he even
like,
says asshole.
yeah, no, he literally says that, and then like a bunch of other stuff, like the between darkness and light, with like the heaven and hell stuff, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, never mind. No,
Bro.
and then
You
it
could-
puts a spark in my eye, like the penance stare, and I'm like, okay, shut up.
You could
buddy.
Bro,
very
I
much
feel
see like Spawn using Cole's line instead of what he actually did and just saying good idea at the very end.
No, I could also just imagine like the penance stare. The only vermin I see around here is you.
Wow.
Oh, that's so good. I love that. That's so good.
That said,
I
if
also-
okay, imagine the episode if they actually went with the like up to down like cinematography of Alex Cole, as in like they go to hell, then they go all the way up to heaven, and then instead of just floating there, Spawn like drags Ghost Rider straight back down to hell with his move. Hyper knows what I
Bro,
mean.
look at him.
He knows what I mean when I
Yeah.
say that.
Yeah, yeah.
I can imagine when Cole like stuck the thing in Alex's head through the building. He just decided to say, "You fight like a bum."
To be fair, both of them
You
do
fight
though.
like a bum is the funniest line.
I think both Alex and Cole
it's
fight like
accurate
bums.
to the results. He was more skilled. He just kind of relies on his.
I do like how the way they portray Spawn's skill advantage is to literally just have Spawn say, "Wow, you suck at this."
I think it's great because
I
Spawn
just-
saying that, all he's doing is making these wild, like, swings, these, like, gorilla swings that have no skill to them, and also sometimes standing motionless and letting Letha fight for him.
I just think that
That's
on
like
one
that's
hand-
like ultra disrespect.
bro, I know a million ways to snap a neck. I'm not even trying here, and you're still fumbling.
It's great because, like, Ghost Rider's the first guy to have to regenerate in the fight, and that's because he blew himself up.
Nothing personal. It's just vengeance, buddy. You are one sick freak.
Oh, this episode's so freaking cool. And one thing I do want to like bring up is like one I really like that ending where they just have him go through every penance stare ever. That's like the cool. I feel like that would be like the most painful end for anyone aside from like I guess maybe Thanos.
Yeah.
You know, I was just thinking to
still take-
myself about
I'd
that.
still take Ghost Rider's death above Thanos'.
Yeah, because
Dude,
Ghost
I was-
Rider actually
so,
has a
like-
permanent death. I mean, I don't know how Johnny dies because, let's be honest, he burns up and then he's just gonna respawn in hell. So, realistically,
I always thought
Spawn should have thrown him down and he should have landed, got back up and gone, "Ow, I'm dead now."
Yeah, my interpretation was that Johnny just got like sent directly to hell with no way out. Like I think he's just in hell now. I don't know if Johnny died, but he just got directly thrown into hell.
And
Well, in
Ze-
the
Zerathos
the,
though, rip.
Yeah,
rip-
Zarathos
rip-
is dead.
Rip him.
in the storyboards, it's like more shown that Johnny like gets completely burnt up. So I always assumed that he
to be
just,
honest,
like,
I think
dies.
when you think about Zerathos blowing up is kind of weird because they established that like Spawn can't overpower him, but like what is he doing there if not blatantly overpowering Zerathos?
I don't know.
I
I,
feel-
mean, if
Oh, that-
you separate a spirit of vengeance from its rider, the spirit dies. So I don't know if Spawn was like directly crushing it, or if he was just
Well,
like
see,
monologuing while Zerathos naturally died.
no, because
and
there's
then
a
just
green,
did it
there's
to
like
be
a green
cool.
fiery explosion. It's clearly meant to be Spawn's necroplasm.
Yeah, Spawn. He's just trying to be cool. He's not actually doing anything here. He's just trying to like take credit for it. Don't worry.
He's like exploding Zerathos, and he's like, "Oh, I didn't think he'd teleport away at the perfect time. That's great." I command the heavenly host to clap for me.
How did he?
Man,
How did,
On
you know,
on the
he
on
also
Death
just
Battle.
gets. He also just gets his wings back, and he thought no one
Yep.
would notice.
Yeah,
Yeah, I saw that.
I know-
Like,
I
"Oh,
noticed
that's
that. That's so weird, but I kind of dig it.
On the.
I
on
do
Death
remember
Battle-
these back.
See, I'm sure the argument would be that he can regenerate them, but you don't see that happening. He literally just grabs Ghost Rider, and now he's got wings again.
Speaking of grabbing Ghost Rider, wasn't that fucker like 3 times the size a moment ago?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but then he reused the animation from Ghost Rider versus Lobo, so now he shrunk.
It's not. It's not actually. I remember I had that convo with Ren. I thought it was, but no. Looking at the sprites like side by side, they are not the same. Somehow.
I know the Death Battle wiki. I changed it. When it was talking about the montage of him going through all the penance stairs, and there's the voice clips of like, "Wait, I'm innocent," which is from I think his name is Emil.
Zach.
Which is like well, I know, and not Zach, the character.
Oh, the character.
The
Emil.
character. He's an angel. Emil. Yeah. The Death Battle wiki for some reason said it was Johnny saying that, which no.
That
No.
that makes sense.
No.
Yeah, he just penance stared himself.
Bro,
He just,
that-
looked, he
dude,
just looked. Bro just looked at the mirror.
I know.
It's like that clip of Superman like heat visioning into his own head through the mirror, but instead it's Ghost Rider penance staring himself.
Yeah, because the wiki's like, and then Penance stares Zarathos, and while that's going on, Johnny's going, wait, I'm an innocent. It's like, no, he's not.
No, you're not. Shut up. Die.
Didn't you literally make a deal with Satan?
The Emil thing is also really funny with the Angel, because as far as I'm aware, I haven't like read. I've like read a bit of the comic. I haven't read the
Oh,
full thing.
we know you
Like,
haven't
when
read.
he's-
You're a versus debater.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll have you know, over the course of the last 2 weeks, I have read 533 comics for a solo project.
Yeah, we know, but those are
that's
comics.
Really impressive. That's
When are you gonna read
What
something
is
with
Ghost
words?
Rider then, Nem?
When are you gonna read something with Ghost Rider is a character? He's not
Yeah.
a comic. He's a character.
yeah,
He's
really,
a bloke
really
who
important.
lights himself on
Really
fire.
awesome. You're really owning.
So,
You're really owning this guy who's not in our podcast right now. That makes
That's
us
true. I am just
feel
talking to myself.
What are you
yeah,
talking
you're
to?
hallucinating.
Kind of worrying
Sorry.
me here.
Oh, and one last thing I just wanted to mention is just
One last thing.
So,
10
like-
more minutes in this segment.
Oh, yeah, one
yeah,
more
no,
thing.
just one last thing. It's just the conclusion. It's just like I find it so hilarious that this technically has a bigger AP gap than like Galactus Unicron and Spawn Stomped.
Yeah. This is like this is
Don't
the
know
most
any-
this is the most one-sided episode since they've come back. Because it's literally just this
Yeah.
guy has no win con. Fuck you. The only comparison is Joker Giorno.
It's
I love-
really funny. I've seen a couple debunks for the episode, obviously, and without fail, every debunk I've seen takes the approach of, oh, well, Ghost Rider's way stronger, so he wins. And it's like, no.
There's a bit more to it than
My
that.
favorite- My favorite thing about the post analysis is how there's a skill section. Like that's going to fucking matter.
Yeah,
Like, I don't-
I think it's funny. I assume you guys heard about Todd McFarlane before the episode being like, oh yeah, Spawn will win easily. Spawn could beat Superman. He's the strongest character in fiction, all that stuff. And I'm sure if he's heard about the result, he's really conflicted that Spawn did win, but also got put at infinitely weaker.
I don't think he read that part. I think he just went, no. He probably just went, no, it's both through infinity, so no, Spawn stronger.
I remember everyone, like, before the
Well,
episode
so, like-
came out, everyone was, like, saying that
You-
Ghost Rider completely stomped.
Hey, I was betting on Spawn. When the episode first got announced, I wasn't sure, but I thought about it and it's like, I really don't know if Ghost Rider has a win con. I came to the conclusion that like, yeah, Ghost Rider's stronger. I don't think he has a win con. So
No,
I did
the
start off neutral, but once I established who I was siding, I stuck with it and I won. So yippee, go me.
No, like the funny thing is that when people start like actually reading Spawn's comics, because like I was like, it probably Ghost Rider, but who knows what Spawn has. First 10 issues, that stupid staff thing with like the unexistence thing is when that happens.
That happened in the first 10 issues.
Yeah.
I think there's something really funny. I remember, so there's this argument that Ghost Rider has like conceptual destruction, right? I'm going to assume that's not true if it didn't get brought up in the episode, because I don't think anything they said would allow Spawn to come back from that. But the argument against that was just that Spawn's necroplasm can harm conceptual things, and he can regenerate from being damaged by it, which is tantamount to saying, because a gun can harm someone physically, and I could probably regenerate from a gunshot wound to the hand to some extent, that I could recover from being completely obliterated by a nuke.
Alright,
Makes
so I wanna
sense to
back up
me.
again.
What?
I want to back up a bit. So when people were like poking fun at the fact that Todd was like, but they're both infinite, and like I don't think that should be us poking fun at Todd. That's us realizing how far gone we are to be like, look at this loser.
I mean, it's
I don't
more
think-
how far gone
did
Marvel
Todd-
and Spawn are as comics, because both of them established
Did
things
Todd-
more than Infinity.
Did Todd
Yeah.
say they're both infinite? I only remember
No.
the first like.
No, I
post-
was making a
I
funny.
only, yeah. Okay. Sorry.
I was
only
saying
remember
Todd's
the
stupid.
first post. I only remember the first post, and my favorite part of the first post is that he was like, Spawn has 30 years of history. I don't think any other character can match that. And like, what are you
What?
saying?
What are you? What?
That's not like the exact wording, but it's basically like, well, Spawn's been a character for 30 years and constantly escalating the scope. So if you've been like, constantly one-upping yourself for 30 years, I don't think any character can match that. And then he cites like Spawn could beat Superman, for example.
Is bro
no,
stupid?
no. I remember that post. It was specifically saying that I thought that he would wash Ghost Rider, which I mean, he did. But it's just he thought it's Superman versus Spawn. Now that's the question there. That's what he said specifically.
As if anyone's
gotta also
asking that.
Say Ghost Rider would beat Superman. Hang on. Yeah, I can send you the quote. People locked on to the second quote in the article, but I think the first one is the much funnier one. I can send a screenshot quickly.
I like when he says like I watch all these videos on how strong Spawn is, and like that has like an aura, but it's not like a good aura, you know?
Here, yes, this is the other quote.
I had to double check. I had to double check how strong my own character was. Dude, that's really funny to me. But I also remember that Tetsuya Namura watches some recap videos to make sure that he remembers bits of his lore.
I really like the theory that one watches Death Battle and keeps changing the comics to respond to it because it's so funny. It's happened like 3 times, and it's always been the exact thing.
Yeah.
Remember when Butch Hartman reacted to Danny versus Jake, and he made a jump?
No, that never happened.
No, I'm going somewhere with this.
Yeah, he made the jump cut of the death. I forgot about that.
He fast forwarded, made sure Danny he won, and then edited it back to make it look like he didn't do that.
And what got me was that like he was explaining it while it happened, like he was guessing it. It was so funny. It was so. I noticed right away. It was so blatant.
How do you... Yeah, I didn't watch the reaction. Like, how do you know that? Like, I'm assuming he was just making it, like, really obvious.
It was just like this, not subtle at all cut, like right before the death. He was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, okay." He possesses Danny. Oh, he jumps out of the body and he evaporates him, sucks him up in the thermos. Good job, Danny. And like, it was so funny.
So, like, if Jake had won, would he have just, like, not uploaded the reaction?
Probably.
He would have
That's
sent
the
a
kind of
DM.
person. That's the
would've
kind of
sent
person
the
he was.
DMCA.
That's the kind of person he is. Absolutely.
Anyways, I wanted to I wanted to also just like I wanted to just mention I think the track's cool is like not one of my favorites, but I think it's cool, but I have not gotten out of my head for a while now.
It is an absolute earworm.
Hell's Angels?
Yeah.
So good.
I've listened to it a lot.
Me too.
I like the track because when you look it up on YouTube, you get a completely unrelated Baker show, and you know what? I think that's what Danny would have wanted. I mean, Johnny would have wanted.
Yeah.
Wow, Gumball, do you think all Ghost Riders look the same?
Yeah, jeez.
No,
Wow,
Danny Ketch
Danny
has
Phantom.
blue hair, and by hair I mean fire.
Jeez, Gumball.
But
Does
I'm
he
so
have
used to saying hair at
pronouns?
this. I'm realizing I'm so used to saying hair at this point because I'm used to just saying purple hair.
The new Ghost Rider has blue fire and pronouns.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
his name. Technically, I'm pretty sure he goes by Death Rider right now, because they want to differentiate the different Ghost Riders. You know, Death Rider, Phantom Rider, Guardian, Phantasma Rider.
No more hell because of woke.
Guardian Phantasma Rider. That is.
I have to assume
That
Robbie Reyes
sounds
is now
like-
going by by Ghost Driver.
Ghost Driver. Oh my gosh. That's
Why don't
awesome.
people want him to fight Kamen Rider Drive? Like, they're the guys that decided to go with a car instead of a motorcycle.
No clue.
Alright.
Oh wait, I know why. It's because nobody actually watched Drive.
All right, and then the next time we can finally talk about it the next time.
Yeah, I want to talk next
Which
time.
is-
The memes. Oh my god, I want to talk about these. They're so funny.
I have a friend who's a big fan of both series, and I told them, and they were immediately like, "Hell yeah, Mahito gets to die."
How many
Like-
hands are there gonna be? That's all. That's the one I hear a lot. How
I
many
love
hands?
I love the joke that the only reason they had only Zack on Spawn versus Ghost Rider is because they had every single other animator on team just making hands.
I do wanna kind of go back a little bit. I want to give a really big shout out to Zach Watkins, Zack Attack. He's the one that did all of Ghost Rider versus Spawn. Him and Eros. Eros did a little bit of the sprite work. They absolutely killed it. Zach killed this one, dude. I just wanted to say that.
Mm-hmm.
One of
Went
my
hard.
favorite sprite fights.
It's so good.
Dude, it's gonna be so funny when the banter they hype up Shigaraki as his threat, and the entire banter is just gonna be like decay, 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 I'm so evil. I'm so looking forward to that.
So
Yeah,
the
what
one
happens is
Spawn-
Shigaraki's going to get into a fist fight with him, and he's going to say, "Slappy, you decay like a bum."
the one shot at the end of the next time trailer of like the subway station, I assume is like the shot from the episode because they've given those for the last few, so I assume the subway station is from the fight.
Please kill an
I think
entire
it's gonna
train of
be-
people, Shigaraki. I think that'd be great.
Well, there's a
I
bit
saw
there's a
this-
bit there's a bit in JJK where Mahito in like one of the intro sequences where Mahito just like kills a subway train full of people. So I think it'd be really funny if this setup is like Shigaraki is just like waiting for a train to arrive, and then the train car pulls up from that intro and it's just full of like transfigured zombies and Mahito.
And he just goes, "Ew, gross."
I went the opposite direction, where Mahito's expecting to like really freak Shigaraki out, but then Shigaraki just walks in and sits down in the gore like nothing's wrong.
Well, no, Shigaraki just looks at it. He's like, "Nah, I'll just take the next train."
Oh, I see this one's occupied.
I've had a joke for like 2 years now. Well, although I know it's like a common joke in the community, but I was one of the people who like started it, where I'll predict Luzanne to be the next time every single time, and I've had cannon fodder, I've had ammunition this time because the old Mahito vs Shigaraki G1 blog was immediately followed by the Luz vs Anne G1 blog, so I've just been sending the screenshots of like the end of the blog with like the winner is Shigaraki and then immediately below it next time Luz vs Anne.
That sounds like what someone would do for a bit, yeah.
But what would happen if you're right, guy who's not on our podcast?
Well, I mean, it's a weird thing, because on one hand, it is a bit where, like, I do it every time, but on the other hand, I do think it's happening soon, unironically. So, like, it is also, at the same time, a genuine guess, but it's also a bit at the same time. It's in a weird area.
So I saw this one thing on Twitter that really sold me on how this matchup's gonna go. So even in the next time trailer, you see Shigaraki killing the strongest character in the verse.
Oh,
up
yeah,
to
I
that
saw this
point,
tweet.
and then you see Mahito failing to kill Nobara.
Yeah.
That really sets the tone here, doesn't it?
I
I
think
think my favorite. You go first.
I think what they should do is the entire fight, Shigaraki should be unable to see Mahito, but he should have like the city-wide decay aura. So the entire fight is an invisible Mahito trying to just get towards the guy and just vaporizing on the spot. That's the entire fight.
Did you guys see
I
that Griffith Auto clip?
Maybe?
Okay, I'm sending it to you. Hold on.
I saw one tweet that was like how the fact of SpongeBob, the scene was Patrick and like the metal door of like open sesame, I've done all I can do, and it's like Mahito finally getting to Shigaraki and with a giant fucking ball of lead around his soul.
I think my favorite of these memes is like, hold on, it's like this specific one with like all for one. It's like Mahito just needs to touch Shigaraki.
Yeah,
once,
I've seen that.
and then it's just the all for one behind him. I did not know what that meant until I asked people what it
Yeah.
was, and like, oh, okay, cool.
It's so funny to me that it's an established weakness in JJK that Mahito has a hard time affecting people who have more than one soul in them, and Shigaraki has like fucking 500.
I love the fact that like
Like,
Shigaraki
If I
just
catch
needs
you
one
out
touch to
here,
win.
maybe
It doesn't even need to be
there.
Shigaraki touching him.
yeah, the thing is, yeah, because like when Mahito touches Yuji, he's immediately like with the domain expansion, he's immediately jumped by Sukuna. So by this same token, I genuinely think even if Shigaraki has no idea Mahito is there, Mahito shows up, touches Shigaraki, who has no clue what's going on, and then gets jumped by like 300 souls, including All for One, and dies. And Shigaraki's just standing there.
This dynamic is like
Mahito,
Jotaro
welcome
versus Kenshiro. If
to our
Kenshiro
home.
didn't even need to punch Jotaro, it was just the moment Star Platinum
Yeah,
touched him, he
It's
exploded.
it's literally the end of Strange versus Fate. I keep trying to make that joke.
Can't beat him out here, but perhaps in there. But then All for One's just like, ew, fuck off.
I wonder which of Mahito's limbs is load bearing.
That's a good question, you know. It's probably one of the hands.
Bro, I really hope at one point in the fight, Mahito's like in close quarters, like, you want these hands? And then he just does a weird technique, or these ones, or what about these ones, or perhaps even these ones. And
What if
Shigaraki's like,
Shigaraki is not aware anything's going on all fight? Like Shigaraki's just fighting these random heroes that are attacking him, and Mahito's just also there, but only we know he's there.
It's also really funny that half of Mahito's fighting style with the transfigured humans is to like psychologically mess with people to like, aha, you don't want to kill innocent people, and then this just does not help against Shigaraki.
It'd be really great. He says that Shigaraki's like, no, I really do. No, you're wrong.
Wait a second. I recognize that guy in particular. I played League of Legends with him. Print that fucker over here.
I joked with a friend that there's gonna be like a Zuko versus Todoroki. He's just like me, but fucked up and evil this time.
Yeah, Mahito says he's just, and then Shigaraki says, a fucking loser. I found
I
out.
don't play League of Legends.
I found out right after the episode got announced that Mahito's in roughly exactly only half of that manga.
Yeah, he's
Meanwhile-
like he's like a
He's a
first.
side. He's a side.
He's like a,
He's like
He's like a
Orochimaru
first-
if Orochimaru just died instead of continuing to show up.
and then yeah. Literally every single development Shigaraki has had in the last few years has just been like a perfect counter to Mahito, and he now has like 7 different ways of countering Mahito.
Yeah, every development
the
Shigaraki's
point-
had has been turning every one of those hands into a middle finger.
To the point where, again, I genuinely now think Shigaraki could be like literally asleep, and Mahito would show up, touch him, and immediately die.
What? Don't word it like that, mate.
I was gonna say, why did you say?
Why'd you say that? What, can you just not?
Would say what?
Oh, Shigaraki's in his sleep. Mahito just shows up and touches him.
And then you say he still loses.
This is why you're not allowed to exist in this video.
This is the part where Shigaraki sneezes in his sleep and he actually blitzes him like Asta.
That's okay. I know people. I've always been like, I know no one likes Deku versus Asta. I don't like Deku versus Asta. I think it's a bit overhated, but whatever. But I do agree that like them using the sneezing as Asta's speed feat is the stupidest thing.
You say that as if they didn't use an AP feat that does not exist for Asta.
Okay, but I haven't read Black Clover, so I just kind of
Yeah,
whatever.
at the end of the day.
But fair enough from what I've heard.
Look,
But
I've never
yeah,
read it
I was
either,
like,
but from what I've heard
I
from the
don't know
one
if
person on Earth who
sneezing
has
and-
read Black Clover, just the for out of context knowledge that feat does not exist. That's all I need to know. That's great. That's brilliant. This is the modern day version of the bull shark with Hagar. This is the modern day Hagar
I'm gonna
bull shark.
say, yeah.
Look, this
Oh,
is
no,
not
this
real.
is-
Clover.
Bro, this would be like if they did the golden tree feat, but he actually did lift it off the ground. They just say he didn't anyway.
No, this would be like if they did the golden tree feat, but then that was not Beast, that was actually Juggernaut in the scene, and they just said it was Beast anyway.
Yeah, kind of.
Beast is cosplaying, Your Honor.
Yeah.
And then the feat.
Well, I mean, that's a bad idea. He's doing Blueface there. I don't think that's acceptable, Juggernaut.
Your Honor, JK.
Your Honor, he's the Juggernaut, bitch.
Your Honor, nothing can stop him.
Your Honor, I just want to say, he did not lift the full 60-ton tree off the ground.
Shut up.
Court's taking a recess. I'm gonna go kill myself.
Your Honor, he said it was just a prank.
Imagine fucking Phoenix and Edgeworth, but everyone else in the case is a versus debater, and you just see them gradually lose sanity as it goes on.
Maya, I'm gonna be completely honest. I think we're fucked.
Maya, what the fuck is this guy? Why did he call this evidence an outlier? I don't get it.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Phoenix, I don't know if Phoenix. I'm a woman. I'm not in the versus community.
What do you mean? What do you mean? This knife with the victim's blood on it and the culprit's fingerprints is one dimension lower than him? I don't understand what that has to do with anything.
Oh yeah, we can also add Mahito vs Shigaraki to the list of episodes you can recreate in Fortnite.
I wonder if that's relevant, Gumball.
Speaking of, yeah, so I'm gonna talk about this.
Of course you are.
For the sake of pressure. So I already messaged Tiki. I'm not sure if I got a response. It's fine either way. But I was like, hey, so I'm not sure if you're doing an offer this time, but we already created Mahito's death scene when he's getting chased in the snow, but it's with Shigaraki instead because it's in JJK box PvP in Fortnite. So I'm hoping that makes it into the episode.
That's at the first shot of the conclusion. Like right after the KO, it just immediately cuts to the recreation of Mahito's death. But
It doesn't even go to the animation, it just goes to that.
There just is there is no animation. They just you know what? We've decided to replace the entire animation with this segment.
Right here, I'm gonna post it in here.
Do that silly little Fortnite dance I like, or I solo your verse.
All right, David, if you want to add more pressure, you can. I'm not going to do it directly because that would be mean.
I want you to hit the gritty, otherwise when you're asleep, I'll go into your home and touch you.
Shut up!
Do the funny emote from Deadpool 3.
Can you do that dance from the Sonic movie?
I think it's really funny that Shigaraki might canonically have played Fortnite.
That is
Because of the
really
League of Legends thing.
It's not just me. He is like a gamer. He is like a big gamer.
I'm so upset.
Oh,
I didn't manage to get Lego Darth Vader in Fortnite. I'm really angry now. I'm gonna go decay a few orphanages.
You're gonna stay home with me and smoke weed and drink Diet Coke and play Burnout on the PS2.
Mahito, take me to your Xbox to play Fortnite today.
Just wiped out Tomato Town.
Just wiped out Dagobah Street.
Why does he have a kite?
Why not?
I don't know, my friend. Oh, my friend just got down. I finished him off, and then I headed southbound.
Mahito, we can be pro Fortnite gamers.
I lied,
Hey.
it's just me.
I like how none of this is anyone doing an impression of Mahito because he's a bum.
From what I've heard, Mahito's whole deal is he's like the embodiment of humanity's hatred for each other. So I think he would pop off in League of Legends, actually.
We don't have to worry about him touching anyone because he's a basement dweller.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Shigaraki, that's the fight setup. Shigaraki's playing League of Legends, and Mahito is spawned from the voice chat, sheer toxicity.
Just,
That's how a lot of death battles should start.
Yeah,
Mr.
with League of Legends.
That should be that should,
Mr. Compress, I need his address.
You-
Yeah.
you-
I think Grumine should begin because of League of Legends as the reason they fight. The
I think-
ridiculous
I think
thing is that's not
Shigaraki-
even
I think-
entirely out of character for either of them.
I think
Just make
Shigaraki-
every. Good.
I think Shigaraki should be in Group versus Megami, where he just shows up. He's like, I fucking hate the minions.
Just make every fight. Just make every fight from now on just be about League of Legends. Like, don't let it be food. Like,
Yeah,
fighting over food anymore. It's gotta
when
be
they
League of
do
Legends.
when they do Zeus versus Odin, it should be over who actually invented League of Legends.
Yeah, exactly. And then when a League of Legends character comes back,
It should be about
it
Fortnite.
should be the most. It should actually just be the most like non-toxic, wholesome thing ever.
Well, if when a League of Legends character comes back, the fight should start over
Hi,
Fortnite.
Hi, Yang.
Yeah. Have Vi come
Are you-
into death battle.
Are you ready to run Fortnite duos? Bye. Sure thing, Yang Shalom.
Sure thing.
I mean, yeah, they can bond over being cops and sisters, and I'm sure there's more to the matchup. Gauntlets.
You want to go?
So powerful, they punch the best.
That's true.
Well, to be fair, I always preferred Vi versus Garnet more because they're
Powerful and punch the
they're
best.
punchy women, but
What
they're
did-
also gay.
What did Vi
What?
do to you?
What?
I don't know. She exists, I guess. I don't know. Garnet fodder. I want Garnet. That's it.
Yeah.
Listen,
Hold on.
It's either we put Vi up against Garnet or we put Garnet up against Go Tanks. It just no.
What if Garnet just didn't show up on Death Battle?
Well, I'd be sad. Well, I'd
I
be
like.
sad.
I like.
Okay,
like,
I just
this is gonna be
it's
one-
time for
Yeah,
it's
it's
time
gonna
it's time for an intervention. You are allowed to like a character even if they're not on Death Battle.
It was really
Yeah,
funny.
I think we
I-
should talk about this.
I wanna...
Because
You go first.
well, first of all, I had a joke. It's like, so Yang, why are you here with me in this Fortnite duo? I really don't want to fight Bakugo.
It all comes back to My Hero Academia.
God damn it!
Always my hero.
But it was really funny back when Fan Battle was doing Omni-Man versus Pink Diamond, because David had a cameo in that episode. And I remember while it was in production, I was talking to David about it, and we were talking about like who won, why, and whatnot. And I remember telling David, oh yeah, we're just waiting for one more thing to come back. We're just waiting on a calculation for this one feat where they blow up a disc that blocks the sun, but I'm sure it won't be important. And David's just like, yeah, probably.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure it won't. Dude, it took everything
so
in
funny.
me not to say anything. It took everything.
I am amazed that David has never spoiled anything to me in DMs. I'm gonna be honest.
No,
Well,
yeah.
He loves he lo-
I'm a
Bro
good-
loves to yap.
I'm a good lad. I'm a good
Take a
lad.
look. You can see all these chairs are tilted over because I get angry so frequently.
I'm excited. I'm excited for that. Like memes aside, I am excited for that. Just to
Yeah,
see how
that-
that will go.
I
The
don't
next time's
care.
gonna be Luzanne, right, chat?
I've seen
I-
some of it. It looks really good.
Well,
Way
you
to rub it in,
no, you have to say
David.
that. David, you
Yeah.
have to say that. It's not. Look, it doesn't
Well,
matter what he says
No,
because it's
no,
not
I
like
think
David
it's
was going to
really
show
good.
up and be like, you know what? I saw some of the animation. Frankly, I think nobody cooked. I think we should have shut down. This is just terrible. This is the worst episode in Death Battle history. I'm going to be honest. And they didn't even get the winner right.
Bro, it'd be so funny.
Also, they called my mom fat.
Give us a single out of context word from the script, and it's just like the.
He just shouts decay into the microphone.
Okay.
DK.
If
Donkey Kong.
oh my gosh.
Bro, you Dude, this match is making me care about Shigaraki because he's like the funniest fucking character of all
I
time to do bits with.
you've got to be honest. I still really don't care about this matchup, and the guy I talk the most to who has investment in these characters, I say loosely, is Don, and he's not. His whole thing is that he's not excited to see the end game final boss against the disc 1 final boss.
That's a
I
good
think-
way of putting it. And I understand not being enthused by that. I also think Shigaraki is really funny.
I mean,
As someone who's not like, as someone who's not invested either myself in either of these characters, I think it's a good, inoffensive, a good episode. I think it's
yeah, but
it's,
you
like,
have to say
gonna
that.
be a good watch.
Okay, it's really funny to me that the
Well, like
first
I
word
say
you
this
used
as a
to
fan
describe
and not.
Okay, it's really funny to me that
David.
your first description of the episode is, yeah, it's inoffensive.
You know, I'm not a big fan, but it's not racist, so it's got that going for it.
Well,
Unlike Bucky
This is
O'Hare.
not one of the episodes that features a
we're not
slur
like
in it,
Gumball.
so
We
it's
don't
definitely
see-
not that
it's-
bad.
We're not like Gumball. We don't. It's not like
Oh,
Gumball. We don't
oh,
see all
my goodness.
skulls being the same.
That's true.
Okay, we're doing this.
See, that's what
Bro,
Gumball's like.
imagine-
Gumball
know.
sees when Ethan draws like all the dead character skulls. He just goes, I can't tell. He's just
Yeah.
drawing the same guy every single time. Like, what's with this?
Just dead. But no, I say it as a fan and not just like someone who works for the show. I think it's a good episode. I think
As a
I'm really
fan-
gonna like it.
As a fan, I think it's inoffensive.
As a
As a
fan,
fan,
I think
I
it's
don't see
inoffensive.
any-
As a
don't
worker,
see
I
any-
think it's objectively good, and you should all watch it and give it 2.2 billion views.
Bro,
Yeah.
I can't wait. I can't. Could you fucking imagine if we started this podcast like 3 years earlier and David's like, yeah, I saw Deku versus Sasuke. Dude.
So, is it too late for me to say that I don't absolutely hate Deku Asta?
I don't think anyone here
I
absolutely
don't
hates
either.
it.
I just didn't want to say that, but I
I
don't like
think-
it. I think it's not a good episode, but I don't think it's like garbage. I just think
I
it's not good.
for an episode to be one that I hate, I need to at least have investment in the characters, or it needs to be like actively
Well-
offensive, which we have established that Mahito
So-
versus Shigaraki is not.
So
I'm a
like,
huge fan of Black Clover, and I can still like go back and watch that.
Is
episode
Asta
every
characterized
once in a while.
accurately?
Unrelated to anything, but Bowser Eggman got 5 million views right now.
Yeah, I
Oh
saw
wow,
it.
5 million views.
Yeah,
Let's
this
talk about
reminds
that.
me
awesome.
when
what,
when
a
I
great,
was
what a great way to dodge the question, David.
this
Let's talk.
reminds me when I was
Hey Gumball, I have a
reading-
skull. Who am I?
when I was
Why do you
reading
have a
the
skull?
Oh my
I
god,
was
is
reading
that
the
Sir Daniel
aforementioned-
Fortescue?
when I was
Okay,
reading
sorry. Go
when I
ahead.
was reading the aforementioned 533 comics in the last couple weeks, there was one issue where a character at one point was like, I just have to hit him really hard. And I'm like, no!
Oh no.
There's also one point where someone says, there is an imposter among us, and I died.
Oh my gosh.
I
We are.
I've
very
been watching
brain-rotted
Barbie
community.
movies,
As
and
one
in
does.
one of the Barbie movies there is just a bit where a guy walks up and shouts, "He's an imposter!" with all of his energy, and God, that movie has so many quotes that just broke me, but that might be the one.
No, I think the moment that you showed me is when Ken does the fucking Matrix moment where he's
I
ducking
love
under
that.
bullets and then he's just on one leg.
That's
and
the
he's resting his
same.
head
That's
with
the
his
same
arms.
movie. That's the same movie.
Oh,
No, it's not. It's
That
a
better make-
different movie, but it is. That's one of my favorites. Fairy Secret's one of the best ones to me. It's
Bro, I think
ridiculous.
that Ken moment better make it number one.
Look, if I get around to doing Ryu and Ken versus Barbie and Ken, it's like the climax of that whole tree of not Death Battle episodes. Ken's gonna do that. He's going to do that to a bunch of Hadokens. Because he literally just does a Matrix dodge, but with so much fucking sauce to it that does not fit Ken. Because, like, in my research so far, which is most of the way through the movies, Barbie's, like, star level, right? She's very powerful. Ken's, like, wall level. Bro is cooked. Bro isn't shit.
How does movie Barbie get... I shouldn't ask that, never mind.
Okay,
Yeah, we're
in
gonna-
one in one of the
we're gonna talk
movies, one
about-
of her weapons literally just is a star.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Okay.
How big is she?
Well, because it doesn't turn into a star. We don't learn it's a star until later, when the Cloud Queen throws it into space and it turns into a star, and it just had that power the whole time. And even if it didn't, the Cloud Queen turned it into a star, and it's more powerful than her, and it's Barbie's weapon. So either way, she can just hit you with star power at millions of times the speed of light.
Wait, were you trying to ask how big Barbie was? I didn't realize you were into those kinds of.
Shut up.
So, depending on the story, she's either normal sized or really tiny. Funnily enough, the tiny one from Fairytopia is one of the more powerful versions, because she can just stand there and survive a blast that was going to destroy the first bud of spring, which prevents a 40-year-long, 10 or 40, I don't remember which one, year-long, global winter. And Barbie can just survive an attack that can destroy that. And then she fires the Pride Beam and obliterates the villain. And that is the first of Barbie's, I think, 3 kills so far.
Can we save this for when we talk about Miku versus Barbie sometime in May?
There is a better feat that I'm aware of that if it scales to Barbie will be more notable. I didn't even bring up the shoes.
Well, then we will.
I didn't even bring up the shoes.
Yeah,
I've not seen anyone bring up the pink shoes, and that tells me nobody watched the movies.
All right, calm down. We are an hour and a half into this. We haven't even got anything yet.
We're not an hour and a half into this. We're an hour and a half into the call, but not into the recording. Idiot.
All right, well, let's just move on.
Yeah. What's next?
Okay.
Well, go on.
Hyper. What's next? Yeah, what's next, Hyper?
What's next? Versus Void. First segments. The not death battle.
Why'd you put that first? And now I'm gonna look like I'm an arrogant, Oh, okay.
Because that was the first thing we put there.
Shit.
All right. Well,
Wow, Nemesis, that's very arrogant.
Blow it out your ass.
That's
wow.
better.
That's also very arrogant.
That's not arrogant. That's just rude.
No, that's more appropriate. That's better. That's more appropriate, actually.
Not arrogant, it's just kind of being a jerk.
Yeah. It's not arrogant. It's just Australian.
I think it just makes
Different A words. What? Do all A words look the same to you too?
So this is the running thing.
Do all words that begin with A look the same to you, Gumball?
Do they, Gumball?
Do you read aardvark and automobile and go same word? Don't see a difference.
See, I was gonna say it makes you seem lovable, like a little.
Oh, thank you.
And yeah,
So-
Gumball's the one that took it there.
This segment is just Folgo vs. Sector 2, the not death battle that everybody who didn't vote for Sharktopus versus Indominus voted for. And I decide to do it anyway because the votes were genuinely super fucking close. It was less than 50 vote difference. At some point it was less than a 2 vote difference. It was a single vote.
Notice how he released the episode that won first and the episode that got second.
Yeah, that's a very novel idea, isn't it?
This feels like calling something out, but I can't put my finger on it.
Oh, you want me to call something out? Death battles suck. They didn't even put Folgo Sector on the rematch vote list. Fucking losers. Incompetent. Fools! Do they not know what the fans want? Do they not know? Stupid!
I know I joked about Luzanne being next, but if it is, I think it'll officially make the Tournament of Champions the stupidest and funniest thing ever.
It kind of already is.
I feel like there should be a video talking about the Tournament of Champions
I think
down the line.
it's
have words.
extremely funny that, what were there, 71? No, 71 doesn't sound right. Was there 71 new matchups in that? I don't remember how many brackets there were.
No,
What?
there weren't 71. There were
4, 8, 12, 32.
Oh, he's just-
It was 32 in
32, yeah.
total.
Right.
So
there's
30.
31 new matchups in that tournament. And the first one we got an episode for was the one that was not new to that tournament.
And one of the ones that they went out of their way round.
I think he died.
Yeah.
think
He died.
And one of,
He got
and one of the
touched.
all right, and one of the matchups they decided to confirm was a round 1 loser.
Yeah.
Not only that, but I'm pretty sure it was the weakest performing one of that bracket.
What was this? Hulk? No, not Hulk. Which one are we talking about? Was it Hulkzilla? Was it
Yes.
Glue Mind?
Pretty sure
Yeah.
he's talking about that one. Now, Grumai won its bracket.
I
Yeah.
forget.
Yeah.
All I remember about the brackets was that I was rooting for Suds to take it in the end, and it did not.
No, can we talk about? They had Goku versus Superman in the oven, and Omniman versus Bardock also in the oven, and they were like, we could also do Goku versus Riku. That's sure not to annoy people.
It's really funny because it's like it's specifically composite Goku, which is basically what they used in Superman anyway.
Well, not like Fortnite.
Well, no, because
Jump
composite Goku
Force.
would be like, in Fortnite Battle Royale, Goku can wield a legendary skull. Like, they didn't have him pull that out against Superman.
Yeah, but pretty much anything that's not Fortnite, they did use.
They flat out basically said, Ben went out of his way to say, so anyway, Xeno Goku is like the strongest version of that character, and the Goku that we know upscales for him.
Yeah, that's a great argument, man. But then, this is also the same show that scaled Shao Kahn to a laser beam that he objectively cannot dodge or react to. So, the least scalable feat, maybe of all time, that they decided to use. Except for the one that Asta scales to that didn't happen.
The one in Asta that they made up.
Yeah,
Yeah, sure.
except for the one that Hagar didn't do either.
Bro, I love that one moment in the Shao Kahn Akuma post-analysis where they're talking about, like, the big feat that Shao Kahn did, but all on screen you see Shao Kahn having a fucking picture. He's just dancing.
Yeah, that's because that's just Armageddon's
Armageddon
endings.
is so funny.
Cause I'm not up to editing that part of Sekto's analysis. We're talking about that right now. And it's gonna be really funny when I talk about, like, in this timeline, this might have happened, and it's just Sector dancing on screen. So yeah,
Let me break it down for you, Fulgore.
ironically, that's probably
I don't
closer to
know
how
what Sector's
how Fulgore would sound in the conversation with Sector. Kind of
I don't know
Sector's
who
like
either of them sound
kind of
like, so-
Sector's whole bit. Okay, Sector's the idiot who says, like, we are the Lin Kuei, more stealthful than the night, more deadly than the dawn. Which is like, yeah, because when I think of things
What
that
is
I
more deadly than the dawn.
well, hold on, I wanna address more stealthy than the night. How many people have, like, just been outside, and then it just suddenly night happens, and they go, oh, I didn't even realize that nighttime existed. This is crazy.
You joke, but I was taking I take like a nightly walk, and I was taking one a couple nights ago, and I realized partway through that while I was taking my walk, the sun had like fully set, and I was too busy listening to music to like process it. So there was in fact a moment where I'm like, oh shit, it's nighttime now. So I am in no
You better watch
position
the
to
fuck
talk.
out for Sector, mate. He's more stealthful than the
This is
entire
advanced
night sky.
darkness. This is
Bro.
advanced darkness.
I'm more caught up on deadlier than the dawn.
Yeah, what's
Something
deadlier than the
that
dawn,
was
mate?
dawn
How many people have just been outside and they see, oh shit, it's nearly dawn. If I don't get inside, I'm going to literally explode.
Vampires.
Yeah.
Also,
Except
no, I
that's
wanted to
not
go
the
back
original
to your-
mythology, idiot.
I wanted to go back to your voice. I appreciated your voice. It sounded like JFK from Clone High, but I appreciated it a lot.
What?
Nothing bad ever happens to the
To the
Fulgores.
Kennedy.
Meanwhile, Fulgore, I'm pretty sure just doesn't speak. He's just silent the whole time.
I like your
So-
funny words, Magic Man.
You know, this is not even going to be the first time that I just talk to myself for an animation. Why not?
Boing.
Nothing bad ever happens to the Ghost Riders.
God forbid.
Bomb.
Sloppy. He goes up to the Kennedys like, Sloppy, you get assassinated like a bum.
Sloppy, you fall like a bomb.
Bad things happen to you like
There'll
a
be
bum.
hell to pay.
Bro. Oh, should we like? I want to make an edit of Ghost Rider versus Spawn, where every time Spawn curses or insults Ghost Rider, it's just replaced with bomb. So it's just like, welcome to hell, bomb. You're right. It's like you said, nothing personal, bomb.
It's nothing personal, asshole.
You should edit so he says, get a taste of your own goddamn bum.
God
It's just
bum.
visions of him. It's just visions of him like jobbing and folding and just being a bum.
Wait, I'm a jobber.
Wait, I'm employed.
Wait, I'm employed.
Yeah.
You know what? That would put them at a higher social class than either of those two. I'm pretty sure both of them are just unemployed.
Honestly. One of the things I was thinking about was, how does Johnny put gas in his bike?
I don't know if it need gas.
He pisses into it.
I don't know.
I don't know
No,
the
that you know
context.
what? That's true.
I don't
That's
know the
true. It's
context.
combustible.
I love the gif of Ghost Rider doing the flame piss, and then it cuts to Spawn from Mortal Kombat being pulled through the flames in the ground.
Uh,
I don't know the context. There's one comic page where Ghost Rider just like gets in a taxi.
There's this one comic where Ghost Rider sees a shark, and he's just like, "Oh shit, what the fuck am I gonna do against that?" It's really funny because, like, mate, it's a shark.
Is it the Jeff comics or is this a completely
No, it's just a
isolated
shark.
because-
It is just a shark.
Alright, so this has happened more than once.
Apparently.
oh my god. The weakness of sharks.
The
That's how
idea-
you
Oh
kill.
my
That's how you
God.
overpower.
You know, Spawn,
their-
if you can control every animal
Sharks.
around, why couldn't you just, like, summon a great white shark?
When I was-
Okay.
When I
So real quick, just to establish this, Ninja Jeff comic, the Hulk, Doctor Strange, Captain America, Scarlet Witch, Thor were all scared of a shark in the pool. By the way, they saw a shark fin, they all had to get out because they were scared.
okay,
Wow.
was Ghost Rider in the pool while on fire?
I think so. I would have to check.
I don't know how
Was
Ghost
he,
Rider
like,
could be
in
afraid of a
his
shark.
leather
when-
jacket, or was his entire skeleton like also on fire?
I think
It's just
I
like
think if we bring it
it's
back-
just a skeleton.
I
Like
think
you know those like skeleton thing. Like you go to like a convenience store.
Yeah.
I don't know what stores you fuckers have in America. When you go to Walmart
Party
and you
City.
see just like a fucking Halloween decoration skeleton, they just throw that into the pool. That's Ghost Rider.
When I was doing my readings, there were a few comics where Ghost Rider sewed up, and anytime he sewed up, I just had a fucking like, Death Battle research team has been here. It's
Yeah,
also
so
one
Anyway,
issue
Gumball,
where
if he,
Spider-Man-
if our guy here can read 500 comics in 2 weeks, what's your excuse, Gumball?
So anyway, Link versus Orange fan battle came out. Next thing.
I didn't even get finished
Yeah.
talking about Full Go Sector
that
2.
show sucks.
We're gonna backpedal.
Anyway,
So the reason Fogo Sector 2 here is because it's very close to completion. Animation is pretty much done, unless I decide to go in and add another 30 seconds to it because I'm stupid. Analysis is halfway done, conclusions on the way. This will be out before the end of March. Yeah, not before my birthday, I don't think, but it would be great if it did. But that's not physically possible. Okay, thanks. You guys are terrible not Death Battle fans. And then there's the Galaxy Grudge match. After 8 months, part 2 of Velma vs. Phoenix, which I have not watched. I have decided not to watch because Hyper skimmed through and saw clips of later Ace Attorney games that I've not played. And I've decided, I don't want to get spoiled. If I wanted to get spoiled in Ace Attorney, I'd just talk to Rena.
Yep.
I can't tell if I want to get into that franchise or not.
You do.
You should. It's great.
You should specifically
I've been
play
wanting to.
Ace Attorney Investigations 1 and base your entire opinion on the series on just that game.
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, it's
Fair enough.
fantastic.
Okay.
At the end,
Might
it
be the
really
driving
gives
force
you
for me to
it.
actually do it.
The end of the game gives you like a fantastic allegory to Sisyphus.
Wow.
It taught me a
I
lot
haven't
of.
played it.
It taught me a lot of very important.
It has this
insightful
great
things.
message. Whenever you try to fight a tree, you're gonna lose.
Whenever you try to fight a tree, you have to lift it off the ground.
Mild Edgeworth did not actually lift the whole tree off.
The only way
ground.
you're gonna beat a tree is if some Chinese guy just walks in and says "nuh-uh" at the tree. Yeah, that needs to happen. So you got to keep in my good graces. You want to fight a tree? Call me up. I'll walk up and I'll just point at the tree and go, "Nuh-uh," and you'll win. After like another 8 hours of bullshit.
Maybe I should try that with every battle in my life.
What? Every battle in your life, you just asked me to just fly over from Australia, walk up, point at someone, and go, "Nuh-uh."
Yeah, exactly.
You
fucking-
summon them like an assist in a fighting game.
They'll listen to you.
David having like
Don't
this
listen to me. They'll
dramatic
listen to you, though.
like battle against the IRS for dodging his taxes, and he's just like, "I summon Nemesis Bloodreich in attack mode." I just walk in and go,
Nah.
"No."
I summon.
Those clowns are never gonna find me.
That
Never gonna
that's
find
not
me.
true. He didn't dodge his taxes because no.
No. Yeah, no.
Look, I have more subscribers than you, IRS man. So I'm pretty sure I have more clout. I'm a higher power to you. You know, there's like tiers here. You're like building level. I'm like at least moon level. You know. It's all
I'll
together.
deliberately dodge my taxes just so Nemesis has to come see me. He has to come visit me.
I upscale the IRS.
I'm sorry. I actually have reality
I scaled
fiction.
to the FBI.
I have reality fiction transcendence over the IRS, so like you're not even real to me. I'm not even talking to anyone. I'm talking to like a piece of paper right now.
I tuned out for a second and I heard upscale the IRS.
Yeah, well, that's canonical now, you know. I look at the IRS, I just go, I don't see anything. I just see a piece of
I
paper,
fought
and
the
all it says
Supreme
here
Court
is
I-
go to jail.
I think we should just move on to music moment and mellow down.
You put a lot of something into that mellow down, but I'm not sure what it is you put into it.
Mellow?
Uh-huh. So we can start music
Like a
moment.
little DD. Little...
Alright,
Brandon
okay,
Yates.
let's go.
We start with one-way ticket. The Infinity Train versus the fuck-off train from Snowpiercer.
I think having
How
the
do they
train
fight?
is,
See, what happens is
Rash,
you take one train and you tell it to go right. You take the other train, you tell it to go left, and then you hope Shigaraki and Mahito don't get involved. You just let it happen.
Nothing
It plays
bad
out like-
ever happens to the Infinity Train.
It just plays out like an episode of Thomas the Tank Engine. One of them eventually dies.
I do like. The funny thing is, I do like this track. As funny as the matchup is, I think the track pun is pretty fun.
So the
But-
track is really fun, but now I have that visual, and then Lucy's just, oh, we're gonna have to take another train, and Carter's just,
What
Dead
are
on the
the
pavement.
4 categories they're going to put on screen here? Like velocity, acceleration, pantograph, tracks. How are they going to do that?
Tracks.
Who has the better tracks?
Tracks. Brandon Yates, apparently.
As in like train
Brandon,
tracks.
I
You
know that, right?
I know what you mean.
do you?
No, sorry.
I wouldn't expect him to. He's not on this podcast.
That's true. It's like, I like how we're glancing over the idea of a pantograph fucking category. Do they even have pantographs? Do you know what a pantograph is? Oh my god. Do you lot know what a pantograph is?
Yeah,
I
it's
know
a
what a
black and
photograph
white
is.
bear.
You guys are so uncultured. You don't know anything about trains.
Gumball and I shared the same.
You know
the
nothing
same brain
about
cells for a
trains.
solid
You go to the train station, you go inside, you go, I don't know what this thing is. You sit down, you go, what am I sitting
I
on? This is
know,
crazy. Oh my god, there's like a voice coming from the train. What's
a
up with this? This is
pantograph-
crazy.
I've never
A pantograph
rode
is
a train
an
before.
apparatus mounted on the roof of a
Okay, you're just
train
reading. You're just
tram
reading
or
off
trolley
Google.
buses.
Oh, is that what that is?
It's the bit on top that
It's
connects it to like
electric power.
the thing go on top.
Backpack with an overhead line.
I wouldn't be able to tell.
Did you know that there's a transformer who turns into a pantograph?
Oh my gosh, Gumball,
God damn it.
that is not okay.
I would say.
I think every
what do you
train
mean
looks
there's
the
a
same.
transformer? I would say, what do you mean there's a Transformer who specifically just turns into a pantograph? But then I remembered there's not one, not two, but three Transformers who come together to form a singular camera.
Yeah, Reflector. There is a Transformer who turns into a piece of shit.
Like, what? Like,
Yes,
literally?
like
What?
an actual piece of shit. There's a Transformer
Wow.
who turns into a bag of dog shit. That's not a joke.
Is this a Robot Chicken sketch?
No,
What's-
this is an actual Transformer who turns into
What's
a bag
his
of...
name? I'm looking this up. What's
It's a
his
bot.
name?
It's a bot.
Patricia Pickup.
Yeah,
what?
that seems right.
Oh wow.
And I don't think it is.
Here, I put it in the
No,
chat. It's
no,
real.
it's
It's
real.
on the Transformers wiki.
That's a bag of dog shit.
I don't want to look at it.
You should.
There's a vomit Transformer
Oh.
as well. There's
Oh,
one
it's
that...
one of those. It's one of those
They're in
awful
comics,
toys.
No,
Ones with like, it's like one of those
This-
awful toy
I-
parts with like poop and stuff.
I love bots. There are only there are only 3 poo Transformers in it. Okay? Bots are great.
Only 3.
There's only 3. And only 1 puke. There's the Transformer that turns into a poo, the Transformer that turns into a bag of dog shit, and the Transformer that turns into a toilet, and when you transform him, his head comes out the bowl and is made of shit. I don't know why.
So anyway,
Man, the Transformers franchise kind of has a history with like gross dog stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, hang on. I had a different tab open, and I get a notification that just said Origin uploaded doggystyle.png.
Yeah. The TF wiki is quite amusing.
Yeah, the TF wiki it sure is something.
By the way, do you want to know what Transformer turns into a pantograph? It's Daniel
Huh?
Witwicky from the Generation 1 movie.
The guy?
The kid.
What do you mean he turns into
He
a
in so
pantograph?
so there's a character called Astro Train, right, from G1. He turns into he's a triple changer who turns into a
I've
train,
seen the G1
shut up,
I know.
and a shuttle. He had a figure in Classics that revamped him to turn into a shuttle and a bullet train. It's an okay figure. And that got a repaint into Shoki from Japanese G1. He's part of the train bots that combine into form Raiden, the original Transformer Combiner mold, even though it didn't come out until long after its fellow wave mate Devastator. This Shoki figure came with a minicon that was Daniel Witwicky, and he turned into a pantograph.
That is so that sounds so fitting.
In fact, it's not just that. He is supposed to be disguised as the pilot of a vehicle called the Thunder Arrow, which is the mobile base of entirely unrelated character Deathsaurus. Because when they turn Astro Train into Shoki, Shoki doesn't have a third mode. So when they did the shuttle mode, they turned it into the Thunder Arrow from Victory. And Daniel is the pilot of the Thunder Arrow who turns into a pantograph.
Okay.
And also into like a bow, like a weapon. Good answer. Good answer. What a
This
fucking
human man turns into a bow and also a
Child.
pantograph.
human child. Daniel's a child.
Human child turns into a bow and also a pantograph.
This means that the child's job is to funnel electricity through his body into a train. Transformers, less than you'd expect.
well,
I don't know.
yeah,
That's a fair bit more than I was expecting. I'm gonna be honest.
Transformers, what the fuck is that? Oh, I love bots though. There's a Transformer who turns into a chainsaw. That's great.
See that sounds more reasonable.
There's a
That sounds more
hammer.
realistic.
There's a pizza.
Okay, you lost
There's
me
a
again.
burger. There's a cat. There's a
Hamburgers.
baby trolley. There's a can of tuna that's been torn open and the fish is rotten in there. There's an apple with a worm eating through it.
We have done a single track, guys. Come on.
Alright, the next track is
Yeah.
the vocal version of Maximum Chaos. It's the only one in this whole batch that I'm not big on. I think it's...
It's in the same vein as Kimeki versus Archie Sonic.
Fast
by the way,
Forward
this
Light.
is the second Sonic track in a row. Now they get a vocal track where they didn't really need one.
It just sounds like a bunch of words added to a track that didn't need it. And there's
The
Wanderlust.
fact that
Fine with it.
What? Wonder.
Wanderlust.
I don't
Freerun
have to
versus
wonder.
Elena. I don't know who the hell Elena is.
I don't know. I don't have to wonder. I know who I'm looking for.
What?
Mm-hmm.
What?
So, this track is an interesting one because within only 2 tracks' time, the vocal version of it dropped like so quickly. So I didn't even need to bother talking about the normal version. Red Dead Renegades, John Marston versus some guy.
So I read the description for this one, where Yates said, I was gonna go for a Western style, but I didn't have the instrument to do it, so we got this version instead. And I was like, okay. I like, the explanation makes sense, but I clicked on a Western track expecting a Western vibe, and it did not provide that.
I do like the track. I think it's quite a good track, though I understand. Yeah, doesn't necessarily fit perfectly. I think it sounds like a Western track played on non-Western instruments. That's how it sounds to me. Somebody else,
I
please
see
listen to
what
these
you're talking
tracks.
about. Yeah, I see what you're talking about.
You see what I'm talking about?
I see it. It's visually.
Alright, then there's the
I don't
New
even have to- I don't even
Guardians.
have to listen.
Mark Invincible versus Titus. Okay.
We're gonna call him Titus here, because we have standards.
I'm gonna call him
I
Titus
have to
because I
ask-
think he is the kind of dork for his name to be pronounced Titus, but to call himself Titus. He just is that kind of guy. Let's be honest.
Anyway, like, I've been told about what the matchup is like a huge, hard fan of Final Fantasy X, and I came out the other side asking, what the fuck is the matchup?
I love Final Fantasy X. What the fuck is the matchup? Yes, their dads are kind of shit. Kinda. In Jack's case.
Yes, they suffer a lot.
I think that Final Fantasy X's a little bit more wibbly wobbly in every single way than Invincible.
It's still funny that Titus kind of crazy.
The track's nice though. I like the track well enough. I don't think it captures the.
The tracks. It doesn't sound like Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
That it exists.
It doesn't sound like Final Fantasy X, which has a particular sound to it. But hey, maybe.
It sounds like Final Fantasy, but not Final Fantasy X.
And yeah. Then there's the vocal version of Wanderlust, which I'm conflicted on. Oh my god, seriously, no one else listens to these tracks. I'm gonna fucking...
I
Yeah.
listened to the
I
vocal
listened.
version of Maximum Chaos. So
I'm gonna
that's all I can
jackknife.
comment on.
I'm gonna jackknife everyone through a table.
That's how you know he's Australian.
Oh no, you have to sew up and go nuh-uh first, remember?
Oh yeah, guy who doesn't exist. By the way, I just want to tell you, nuh-uh. So, I like the first half of this song because it gives I really like the vibe. I really like the tone. It has a to use an example of a band that no one here listens to, kind of gave me like a Leaves' Eyes sort of feel. And then the second half comes in, and it sounds kind of cacophonous and like it sounds like you're listening to an opera, and then midway through, someone goes out of sync, and then slowly everyone goes out of sync. That's how Wanderlust felt to me.
Yeah.
Someone else jump in!
Link vs. Tarnished came out.
So then we can go to Werewolf who started with Upon Our Lonely Throne, Amori versus Room from Boisvert. I know it's pronounced like Boisvert, but Boisvert's so much sillier to say. Okay, I'm still not sold on the match happening in Death Battle. I like the track. I think it's nice.
That's actually a matchup that I've started to very much enjoy.
I do like the I like the matchup.
my people should know my thoughts on Amori and versus by now, and I think that you know what, it can wait till after the podcast.
Yeah, after.
David, can you push for False Gabriel versus the Operator for Death Battle, please? Thank you.
Honestly, that one's kind of good too. I like that one also. So.
Good lord.
David, can you push for D&D on Death Battle, please? Thank you.
Listen, you know how much I want D&D on Death Battle. You know how much I wanted on it.
David,
they've called Raven versus Dark Urge inevitable. I win. I'm the winner. I'm the one who wins.
I want it. I don't. Yeah, I know they're gonna title it Baldur's Gate versus Star Wars, but I don't.
No,
care.
they're not. They're not going to title it Baldur's Gate versus Star Wars.
That would probably get more
Isn't
clicks.
Going to be a Skyrim.
They're
It
gonna
would.
say Baldur's Gate 3 versus Star Wars.
It is Dark Souls versus Skyrim, not Souls game versus
Yeah,
Elder Scrolls.
Not Elder Scrolls. Yeah.
You know, we've gotten like 2 Persona episodes, and you don't see Megami Tensei as the title, do you?
Nope.
The silence means I win. Alright, absorb and consume all. Garlic Jr. versus that dickhead from Invincible that everyone likes to talk about the scaling of.
The
God.
funny matchup.
That's this matchup fucking.
This is the
Ultimate
Bardock versus
culmination of
Omni-Man,
the
but
bit.
stupidest.
Someone spent $400 on garlic juice.
Yeah, and? Excuse you?
You know
I'm
Garlic
I'm
Jr.?
just making a statement.
I love Garlic Jr.
I am simply making a statement.
You're making a bad statement.
I am making a statement.
We literally just saw a track featuring Colton White from Gun. Who has played Gun in this day and age?
Dude,
I don't even
it's bro, it's the characters or series that you've never heard of that makes me believe all the more that they drop money. Garlic Jr. is in that. Garlic Jr. is
You're
in
saying
that
never heard
film
of.
where he's like,
Right as I say, who has played Gun, as if that doesn't immediately tip you off that I know more about it than any of you do. It's a game from 2000.
What?
I want to say 2004, around that time.
You're not gonna believe what you're not gonna believe what came
Hello?
up when I googled it.
What?
Guns.
Wow. Type in gun game. Okay.
Gun game.
Oh.
Hold on.
It's one
Okay, I
of
can
those.
hear you now. I couldn't hear anyone for like a solid minute there.
Oh, okay.
Awesome.
Yeah, I see it now.
It's a game for
Yeah.
PS2 and a couple of things around that era.
Xbox. Yeah.
Is it 2004 or is it like 2005, 6?
2000 and release date. 2005.
That was close. So, characters you don't know, Nemesis.
Yeah, I've never heard of this.
I am not surprised.
It looks
So
fun.
more people know about Garlic Jr. than Colton White. They probably know the hockey player more than the fucking game. So, yeah, track's nice. I like it. I got to see the track art early,
Yeah.
and
Garlic Jr.'s cool.
I was
Garlic
really
Jr..
confused for a bit. Then Burning Rubber, Gumball's favorite track.
unironically, this is my favorite track of the bat, which is so fucking tragic. So this is the first time in a good while that we've gotten the fairy tale track to actually fairy tale. Shut the fuck up.
I couldn't control that bird.
I'm sorry, that was so on instinct.
Are we all just burping when Gumball speaks now? I'm okay with that.
Fire Dragon's Burp.
That fairy tale.
Yeah, Burning Rubber's good. It sounds very much like a fairy tale track, not like a One Piece track. But I
I've
like
been
it.
told that I've been told that the One Piece reference. I've been told that the One Piece reference actually percussion. We are in drums of creation, specifically from what I've been told. Which is interesting. I don't. That sounds more like a strongest alive situation. Like that, I don't.
Okay,
think
well he keeps
people
cutting
like
out,
that
so I'm just
song.
going to talk over him. The next one we have is The Path Forward. Aaron Yeager versus Paul Atreides. I also like this
That is
track.
such a weird one.
The matchup's funky.
The track is good, but the track is good. The matchup is weird. I've never heard of this one.
I need Paul on Death Battle so they can talk about how he's got like one of the fastest feats, or he scales to one of the fastest feats ever.
I thought he just did the feat himself.
Nah, it's like a clone of him. So, might as well be him.
Oh, okay.
Or it's a clone of him or a clone of someone connected to him. It's awesome. I love
I
it.
know a lot of people. I know a lot of people are mixed on it, but I really want him versus Luke Skywalker. Mainly because I just want a Skywalker run back.
I would like that. Though first, I would like.
I just miss
Right now, while as much as I do like that matchup, I'm dying for a Star Wars character who doesn't have a lightsaber. There's plenty of other cool things in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Mando versus Courier.
Mando Courier or one of the clone troopers, like
Does
Rex.
the dark saber count as a lightsaber?
I'm gonna say no because it's cooler.
Oh,
In that
I'm
case,
gonna
Mando
say-
versus Courier.
All I'm gonna say is that I'm tired of Luke Skywalker matchups because
I'm tired.
every single matchup has a fan base who is really annoying, and I hope none of them get what they want because I'm sick and twisted and evil.
I don't think Luke
I didn't think he
Skywalker
had
versus
any. I
what's
thought
his
it was
face from
like-
Fire Emblem is that big.
Oh, I was thinking of Saber.
Shut the
I
fuck
didn't
up.
know that was a thing. I don't want that. No, I don't
Cease-
think either. Don't get me
Cease your usage of the English language,
saying,
please.
I only know that there was like a few.
Olé.
Like
Quick,
there weren't
Nuh-uh.
talk about the matchup in French.
many. Oh.
Nothing bad ever happens to Luke versus Saber.
I have just hacked into a government satellite. I've scanned the region, and I can categorically say that nobody asked.
I was using Google Earth. It's better than Luke Skywalker versus Green Lantern.
So we have
That's a
Wings
thing. What?
of
Yeah, that's
Greatness.
the thing.
Kung Lao versus Crane
So,
from Kung Fu Panda.
You
This is
mean-
really.
You mean Kun Lao versus David Cross?
Oh yeah, Kung Lao versus David Cross. This is quite amusing because I like the track. The matchup is hats and kung fu, and the track itself is not Kung Lao versus David Cross. It is Techno Syndrome, the main theme of a movie that Kung Lao is not featured in, and the main theme of Kung Fu Panda, to which Crane is not a major character at all.
I mean, he cheered him up that one time.
I just
Poe did
I just
kick
love that
his way
connection.
into his room one time. That's notable.
He did.
I like how you say the connections his hat, so it just makes me think, Crane, why is there a dead person in our living room?
And then David Cross just starts babbling on about nothing.
Yeah.
Crane.
He just starts reciting all of his lines from Scary Movie.
Yeah. Hey, can
Yeah,
Shafe Willis
yeah.
please rank every David Cross movie? Thank you.
He's ranking every Adam Sandler movie, which I'm really excited.
Yeah, but like that's not as cool. I want him to do every Shyamalan movie, or else I will.
How
We're
many
gonna
times does Adam Sandler went on vacation?
Can
Dude,
Adam
I can't
Sandler
wait- I
beat
can't
Jim
wait.
Carrey in Death Battle when they composite both of them? David, can you tell Ben about that? Thanks.
We need to.
You act like I don't tell him that every day. I tell him every day, actually.
you just
Well-
message Ben every morning to go, we need to
I
comp Adam
just
Sandler."
messaged him now, actually.
Bro,
Just
unironically, the only detriment to having Adam Sandler on Death Battle is that you have to acknowledge 100 first dates.
And
Like people, Well, people will tell you that Jack and Jill is the worst Adam Sandler movie. It's not. It's not.
Okay, we have Dread My Chaos, which I didn't get to listen to because Gumball kept talking over it, so he can take over because he has listened to it. Go, you motherfucker.
Yes, I have. You motherfucker.
Welcome to
You
the spotlight,
motherfucker.
motherfucker.
Just kiss already.
Welcome to the spotlight.
We're about to get demonetized.
Ball sack.
So
We just gotta make a bunch of awkward cuts.
I really like this.
Oh, like
matchup,
Butch Hartman.
but I also think it sounds like Persona and Sonic, but it doesn't sound like Persona 3 and Archie Sonic. I think it's good at emulating
Motherfucker,
the
what does
musical
Archie
identity.
Sonic sound like to you?
Yeah, I was gonna say, how do you sound
You ever,
like Archie?
you ever flip paper before? It like does the or in your fingers.
Use
You know-
music like a bomb.
This sound, I don't even know if you can hear the sound
Like
I'm doing.
shuffling cards.
This sound of me like shaking a paper in front of the microphone. That's what they should have sent to Brandon as a reference. Sorry, to Werewolf as a reference.
That's what we listen to.
Bro,
That's what real Sonic fans listen to.
no, I love the part. You said it to Brandon as a reference for a fucking Werewolf track. Welcome to my level.
Are you stupid? I immediately
just-
corrected myself. Unlike you, who never corrects yourself.
No, that's still no. That's funny because it implies Brandon is just like going on his day and he gets a file sent to him that's just someone wrestling with no context.
And I'm just imagining like Brandon's like on his day, he's walking down the street.
I love-
He gets a DM from Werewolf, and he's saying, "So I got this interesting reference for a commission track. What would you do with this?" And it's just the sound of rustling paper.
No, see, I was going to get the chance to correct myself before I got tackled by an entire football team, but now I'm
The
thinking
entire
about it.
football
Tackled
team,
like a
3
ball.
people.
Yeah, you're about as heavy as a football team. What up, it? So anyway, I
And
was going to
you got?
say-
Are you fat shaming? Are you fat shaming, mate? Wow,
No, I just
Gumball.
think
Wow.
No, I no, I
Gumball
just think-
fat shames.
no,
Like that's.
I just think every
Man,
football player looks.
I'm learning a lot about Gumball today. You think every football player looks the
Play
same?
football like a bomb.
You think you know it, guy.
Anyway, no, so like,
My best friends are football players. I can't believe you.
so anyway,
Some of my best friends are bums.
Some of my best friends have skulls.
some of my best
Hang on,
friends
what do you mean? Hang on. What do you mean some of your best friends
Some of my
have
best
skulls?
friends' names start with
Well,
the letter A.
Well, the ones that don't have skulls, they know what they did. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, of course they had
Anyway,
skulls, and then
Well,
David was like,
they
"Nemesis."
lost their skull.
Basically,
privilege.
they had skulls, and
lost
David
their
went,
SAG
"Nemesis, can you
privilege.
deal with this?" So I walked up and I pointed to their skull, and I said, "Nuh-uh," and now they don't.
Yeah, their heads like flopped around like a pancake.
Yeah.
This is a Barbie
was-
reference. This is a
they
Barbie
were
reference,
sleeping.
but we won't elaborate on how.
This is
They were
gone.
sleeping,
2
and then
hours.
Mahito came up and touched them in their sleep.
Try to get this back on track.
No, we already finished with the Infinity Train track,
we already
mate.
finished it.
Alright.
But anyway, you were talking about us.
No,
Archie
you
Sonic's
you
musical
were
identity.
talking about
So-
the track. We
Yeah,
were
I was
listening to
talking
you and
about
then
it.
going, "Hold on, you're stupid."
Yeah, but anyway, now there's a chance to correct myself. Archie Sonic does have a musical identity. It's just whatever Spawn's musical identity is, because he was in it. So
Have you actually read that comic?
yes,
So you know that no, he's not. He's there for like
he's
a
in it,
page.
but no, he's not. He's there for a page, but you know what? That. All right, so we can also give him.
You might as well say his musical identity is fucking Linkara. I will not elaborate.
Alright,
like-
next segment.
I'm
Okay.
not like the kind of guy to stand on top of the
After all, who wants to listen to Gumball talk? It's not like he's on this podcast for any specific reason.
At least I'm on this podcast.
Paragraph
No,
pasta.
okay, guy.
It's all for one versus Toichiro Suzuki, and I did not get to finish reading this before this started, but I liked it.
It's neat.
I like the matchup, and just for everyone to know, because I got to make sure it's very clear, right? This is the all for one matchup. that Biffweed would prefer to happen on Death Battle, not the other one that everyone likes to always bring up. He's done with that. The bit's done. It's over. Completed. We won, everyone. It's finished. Job over. Final boss has been beaten. The super secret post-game final boss is beaten too. We're done. It's all good now.
I was really surprised that Booster Gold won in the end.
Yeah, it's crazy. Hey, is that all? Are you just moving on immediately?
I mean, yeah, blog's good. Just check it out.
So Link vs. Tonist came out.
Official ordeal.
All right, so
Let's start. Let's leave the funny, the top one for last. So Doomslayer is in Tony Hawk. Which
Yeah.
he's surprisingly not the most metal character to be in Tony Hawk. So
Yeah. There was just a flat out fucking severed hand.
there
I
was
really
literally
liked
a heavy
that
metal
character in
mascot.
particular.
Not just a heavy metal mascot, the heavy metal mascot.
Wait, Eddie the Head?
Yeah.
Okay, shit, that's cool. That's right next to Spider-Man and Shrek. Let's go.
Yeah. Spider-Man and Shrek scale to Universal because they scale to Eddie doing kickflips.
And now they skip to Multiversal because Doomslayer. And
Yeah, no one cares about
Severed Hand-
Doomslayer though. He's a bum. Can we get Spawn versus Doomslayer, please?
You
So,
said
so,
skateboard tricks like a bum.
so Spawn can like look at Doomslayer missing all his shots and say that he shoots like a bum. That's really gross. That's a really gross wording.
Okay.
So Godzilla's in Goose Goose Duck.
Yeah, I was. What do you all think Goose Goose Duck is?
Yeah.
What do you think it is?
Like the opposite of Duck Duck Goose?
Well, no.
Oh, I just googled it. I've seen this around.
Hang on, let me Google this.
Okay.
Dun 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 dun.
Dun.
It's just Among Us. Yeah.
It's bootleg Among Us,
just-
but it also stars Among
This is
Us.
just Among Us.
It features Among Us. They're in the game. They know. And now Godzilla's there, which means both Fall Guys and Among Us have met Godzilla now.
And I would also like
Hilarious.
to say, if the pattern continues, we're going to see Miku in that game very soon.
That'd be really funny. That'd be great.
Miku Beam is a way that you
God,
can kill.
What is Barbie gonna
Finally
do
good.
when Miku runs in and says she's an imposter? Oh, sorry. I guess in this game's case it'd be she's a duck. Well, that wouldn't even be incorrect. Barbie has been a waterfowl before, so things happen.
Oh right, it's Swan.
Actually, multiple times. She's been a swan multiple times. One time she picked a fight with
Yeah.
a guy while she was a swan, and she won. Don't fuck with Barbie. She'll kick your ass, even when she's a swan.
Was it like a tough guy? Or
Do you
just
want me to
some
share the
guy?
fucking... I have the clip. I have the full clip. On my phone. I can just drop that right now.
Don't drop your phone.
Fuck.
Oh,
Too
it'll
late.
break.
Slam it on the ground. Stomp. Flush it down.
Fuck, I got so many Barbie clips. Let me try to sift through, find the one. Here it is. I'm just gonna send the clip of Swan Barbie versus Rothbard.
Why is the camera moving like that?
I like...
Is it moving like? Oh wait, is this the one? Is this the same movie where like it's
Wait,
that
hang
funny
on.
clip? Where it's that funny
Hang on.
clip where the like the rat or gopher or whatever is like, give him to me.
Hang on,
No.
wait, no, what even happened? Because like he picks up the swan, he throws it, and then he just falls over.
Yeah. I want to point out the dramatic camera change to a separate swan running in, who then proceeds to do literally nothing. Like you could see that she attacks him and then she misses twice, and that's what she does in the fight.
What, I'm just. Why is the camera moving like that for the first few seconds?
I don't know, but I love it. It's great.
It also looks like they're just like dancing.
I think it's
Like,
because
that
it's
does not look
meant
like a fight.
it's meant to look like they're dancing, even though it's a fight. I think that's why the camera's moving that way. When I showed this to, I don't remember who it was. Someone said they thought that he was gonna start humping the swan when he grabbed her.
Oh no, yeah, no, I thought that too.
Yeah, you can see it. Right? He like pulls back and does this insane pelvic thrust that misses. What was he doing? Rothbart, what are you doing, bro?
It doesn't even miss. It like he just stops partway.
He realized partway through, hold on, what am I doing?
That's why the other swan ran away.
So I was like, oh shit, I don't want any of that. What happens right after this is Ken and not Ken walk up. Yo, actually, I'll send you this clip too, because it's great. He fires an arrow.
How does he even get defeated? This doesn't look like Bobby beating the shit out of someone. This looks like a guy beating the shit out of a swan and then falling over after.
I'm pretty sure he just lost. So these two guys walk up, and the blue guy misses a shot with a bow. And this is the conversation they have after.
I have it muted. Hang on, let me. Can I mute the other clip?
You can unmute the other clip if you want.
Okay, it's just the guy going ow 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 repeatedly. So whatever.
Yeah, no, the music's great though.
It's so out of sync.
I love the.
Okay.
At first, I thought maybe it was like it wasn't originally in English,
Hell
but then the
is
end of it just
this?
syncs
Oh my
up.
god.
Yeah, I have so many fucking Barbie clips that are just hysterical to me, especially out of context.
Yeah, no, out of context, this is like insane.
You missed by like 20
So
feet.
anyway,
He didn't. He missed, but he barely missed. It was pretty close. So let's talk about Funko Fusion.
yes.
Dead.
No.
Yeah. What do you mean no?
No.
I don't know.
I don't
No.
want to. Why not? I don't want to.
I like how making jokes about me walking up and saying "nuh-uh," but Donovan right now is just going, "No, that's exactly how Nem talk. That's not a joke." Is that really all we have to say about Funko Fusion's death?
I didn't know it
Cared
died.
about Funko Fusion. I'm
All right, so next one.
Nah, I think we should talk about it a little bit more, just so it gets more screen time to fan battle.
It already has. Okay, we can move on to matching matchups, where I have
And
nothing to
we
say.
actually have a match. Yeah, we have a matchup now. Finally, it's Dr. Doom Vecna. Go off, Noah, or person who's there. I think maybe.
Yeah, I'm not here. Sorry. What do you want me to say about Doctor Doom versus Vecna?
Tell us about it.
Fucking whatever you want to,
yeah.
mate.
It's cool. I can't talk too much about like the versus aspect of it because I am on a blog for it that's in the works. But
I disagree.
it is definitely like okay, no, but it's like if Lex versus Doom was like the focus on Doom's technological side, this is the matchup that gives Doom's magic chance a chance to sign. It connection wise, it's they were mortal men. They grew up. They have like really strong connections to their mothers, and became insanely ambitious. Try to live up to this. They both achieved like godlike levels of power, rulers of nations. It is very much like a saying high fantasy to describe Doom is like half right, but this is very much like the let's focus on the magic side of Doom as a matchup, and connection-wise, again, it's a lot of like mortal men, ambitious tyrants, very strong ties to their mothers, became godlike beings, all that stuff. I wasn't sure what to talk about.
We'll just talk about it.
So, yeah, it's
Yama.
Doctor Doom. It's cool.
Yeah.
I do like the matchup. I like the matchup. I know in the last few years, last couple of years, last year, I guess singular year, D&D has gotten a lot of like buffs in versus.
Okay, but can the Dungeon Master beat the player from Sims?
I don't know where the player from Sims scales.
Well, let's say this: the
Maybe?
Dungeon Master comes in, and he goes, "All right, so there is a goblin here," and the player from Sims goes, "Yep," and now he's in an infinite corridor with one toilet.
I know where he scales. His sins,
Oh?
his sins are innumerable. So
And then the dungeon master is here to wreak vengeance on his soul.
yeah,
Like a bum.
so so obviously it gets pretty high.
I know the matchup got pitched to the crew, and the crew really liked it. Yeah.
I think the question is like, is Doctor Doom worth the third episode to you guys?
He needs to
I
go
think
3 and
so.
I
0.
don't know, like, it's
I think
Doctor
so.
Doom. I think he's.
I think
It'd be
he's-
I
so
think he's
funny
more
if he
third.
went 3 and 0 before a single franchise did.
yeah. I think he's a cool character. I wouldn't mind
man.
seeing him again.
I don't know if he's gonna go 3-0. I'll just say that much, but you know.
Oh, I know.
Oh,
I remember.
Vecna's just gonna
I know, I
continuously
remember-
roll on that once.
Yeah, no, I remember that we did like in a debate month, and Vecna won that because apparently he has the ability of like every D&D thing ever,
Yes.
also he's just, like, and also he just like is like just impossible to like take down because like his true form or whatever it was is like in a different place that Doctor Doom can't reach or something.
All right, but like, here's my kind of argument. Doctor Doom should have probability manipulation. So what if he just forces Vector
Yeah.
to like roll a 1?
Vecna just keeps rolling ones until he self-destructs. And Dr. Doom says, "Sloppy! You roll dice like a bum!"
Foot dive.
His dice, they were like that of a god's beneath me.
Only rolling once. Dr. Doom uses transmutation, so every number on the die is just a 1 now.
I like the implication that Vecna is physically rolling dice while fighting.
I just
Kingdom
imagine.
Hearts Chain of Memories be like.
I just imagine Vecna going, hold on, I gotta roll a die, and Doom's like, oh, sorry, my bad,
Wait,
yes, okay.
hold on. He squats down, pulls out a cup.
I do. Whoa. I do really hope that in whatever D&D episode we get, whether it be probably Raven versus Dark Urge, I think like the most likely one, Vecna versus Doom, probably like the big two, I'd say. I know I've been pushing for Alderweed versus Tiamat, but that's more of a me
I
thing.
was about to say Tiamat would be a really good introduction to the series. For...
Yeah, but
Yeah,
a lot of people do
I
Tiamat
still
versus
really
Nicol
like
Bolas
Tiamat
because
versus
they're dumb
Alderweed.
and bad. That's really rude. I don't like Nicol
I also
Bolas versus
like-
Tiamat.
I also like the Lich King
I know-
versus Acerak. I know a lot of people.
I
really-
assume you mean the Adventure Time Lich, not
Yeah.
yeah.
So just
Warcraft.
Lich King versus Lich King. I just I don't know. I know it isn't a lot of people's favorites, but I
Okay.
like it.
I like the
Yeah, well,
Dungeon Master
Akarak
versus the player from
Lich is
Sims.
Very like connection.
I can't wait for like.
That's my
Them
D&D
do-
matchup.
I can't wait for Vecna's entire analysis to be like jokes, shit like Nat 20, all these D&D terms, and his.
I can't wait for there to be a
Boomstick goes
cutaway
Yahtzee.
gag where Boomstick says, I cast magic missile! Oh, I rolled a 1, Wiz! Wouldn't that be so
Are you
funny?
implying that? Are you implying that Wiz and Boomstick are playing as the combatants?
No, that's the cutaway gag in the analysis.
Oh, okay. We don't do. It's 2025. We don't do cutaway gags anymore.
Yeah, but it's funny to imagine really cringe cutaway gags making a comeback. But like only like the
They'll be
ones that
back
are
eventually.
only the ones that are so cringe that they wrap back around to being ironically hilarious.
Like quirky bacon.
Yeah. I think they should do a cutaway gag where Boomstick just like farts for like 10 seconds and Wiz dies.
No,
Yeah.
we don't need that again. Don't encourage him, Origin.
Yeah, no.
Hey David, can you just like suggest that to Ben
Boomstick-
Singer real quick for me? Thanks.
Yeah.
Can you just go to like to Ben Singer and
I will.
like go into a video call with him, and be like, hey, so my good friend Nemesis Bloodreich, who has 37,000 subscribers, said that you should do another fart cutaway gag, and I think that should be the first cutaway gag back once you bring those back. All right,
It should
thanks,
last
mate.
it should last a solid 10 seconds, and it should sit
Bro.
very wet.
Can you like make sure that throughout the rest of that analysis you can just hear the fart going on in the background the whole time? Thanks.
Exactly. It's
No,
like
the-
Subway Surfers with like Reddit stories. It's to help pay attention.
Right now, at this point, hey, just remove the context of a cutaway gag. Just say Nemesis wants you to fart.
For me.
Saying this to Ben Singer, so it implies it's not even like a boomstick gag. It's just
It's gonna be great when one day I meet Ben Singer, and
You
he's like,
fart
"Oh,
like a bum."
you're the guy who wants me to fart, right?" And I'll go, "No, that's not what I said." David's really bad at conveying a message.
No, that's Biffweed. People
I'm the
confuse it.
innocent messenger.
Oh wait, hold on, I
Wait,
did it wrong.
I'm an innocent.
I'm
Wait,
I'm
I'm an innocent.
I meet Ben Singer for the first time, and he goes, "Oh, you're the guy who wants me to fight," and I go, "Nuh-uh."
Uh-oh.
No,
In
no.
his
Oh
skull
wait,
just
and because
goes-
you're Australian, it cancels out. Oh, that's you know what, that could work.
Dude, I'm sorry, but I love the mental image when you say no, and you see the Dr. Manhattan him.
I don't know why
just
I'm
his skull.
Hyper,
We've established
hyper,
it's just
hyper.
the skulls
Yeah,
that
it's
matter.
just the
hyper.
skull.
When I say nuh-uh,
Yeah.
imagine it's Manfred's like finger wag.
What's that one old movie where like the guy's head explodes? It's like Point Break.
Scanners.
Point Break or something. I don't remember. It was
Scanners?
mentioned in Sword Art Online Abridged. Gosh, I can't remember.
Well,
It's Scanners, mate.
That's gonna kill me. Scanners, yeah.
That's what I said.
I said it first. I said it
Well, you're not
immediately.
here.
This
Why-
is me going nuh-uh.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I
No,
immediately
you're
said
not here.
scanners,
I
like
couldn't acknowledge
instantly.
So did I.
Shut
you're
up.
not in this
Nuh-uh.
episode.
You're not in this episode.
So anyway, it would appear that we're at the end of the video, and unfortunately, we
Well,
might
David, do you have
to, like,
anything to say about Doctor Doom Vecna? Because you played D&D.
I like it, but I know everyone's gonna be like, oh, that's the guy from Dead by Daylight.
Well, he is, isn't he?
He is-
Just
he's
like
in Dead by
how
Daylight.
that one guy's from Baldur's Gate. This
Yeah.
guy's gonna be Dead by Daylight in the episode title
Dead by Daylight versus
Marvel.
versus Fortnite.
I already
At least
yeah,
Vecna
Marvel.
has like a
for a
model
split second.
now.
For a split second, I forgot who he was fighting. I'll be
It's
real
gonna be
with you.
Fortnite versus Dead by Daylight in the episode title.
Yeah, Fortnite versus Dead
for
by
better
Daylight. We
SEO.
need that. You know what I hope that leads to. Hopefully we can
I don't
emote
know.
in Dead by Daylight lobbies. I wanna gritty in the Dead by Daylight lobby. I need it.
Yeah,
You guys write answers like a bum.
Yeah. Well, you think every skull looks the same.
I was just gonna say
You identify
that-
skulls like a bum.
No, when did you get here?
Oh yeah, when Noah
hi,
get
Alex,
here?
and I'm here now.
Hey, I was gonna say that
yeah,
I have such a bad
uh,
history with D&D because I think I played 2 sessions and in one of them I rolled 7 nat ones, like almost in a row.
In a row?
There was 1 2
Dude.
and 2 4s between during that string of nat ones.
Can I be real?
terribly
That's more
unlucky.
impressive than Nat 20s.
That I'm incredibly
That's more impressive
unlucky
than Nat 20.
in D&D.
I remember. I didn't play it, but a friend was playing it, where they were doing a thing where this guy fell out of the wagon, and he didn't have to roll for anything. I did too, anyway. So he rolled a 1 and his character.
I'm going to assume you said his character died, but you cut out, so
You
I
cut
just
out,
heard
yeah.
and his character.
And his character. He sure
He
was,
rolled-
buddy.
He rolled a 1, and then Nemesis went up to him in the game, and he stole.
Actually, he rolled a 20 and I said nah, and the die just spun around.
Yeah.
And then his skull ran out.
and then I looked up and the guy turned into like a Walmart Halloween decoration skeleton and fell into a pool.
And then he got out of the pool because there was a shark in it.
You know, while we're talking about my terrible
Like,
history
I
with
love
die
the
rolls,
Spirit Halloween. I love the Spirit Halloween skeletons.
I played 1 game of Warhammer Fantasy ever, and in it my entire goblin army died to a single dwarf because I kept rolling really low. It's bullshit, man. It's bullshit. I am the kind of guy who gets advantage and then rolls 2 nat ones in a row. Alright, goodbye.
Gosh, now I want to play D&D again.
Alright, yeah, fuck off
Bye.
everyone. Have a good one.
Bye.
So, Link versus Tonist